was there in that conversation, and you've added something to it.
The name of the game is evidence.
That's right.
Mr. Davis, Frank Davis, was not in that conversation. The conversation that we had, and we'll play that tape shortly, the conversation that we had was between Mr. Jakpa.
That's right.
And we're talking great-grandson of Indira Jakpa and Godfred Dami, the Honorable Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. Those were the two voices we had.
Correct.
So it is either Mr. Dami or Mr. Jakpa who can say that the tape that is being played is doctored.
All right.
And that at this point I said A, B, C, and D. Neither Mr. Jakpa nor the Attorney General addressed the press conferences. The NDC's press conference was addressed by Asiedu Ketia.
That's right.
The NPP's press conference was addressed by lawyer Frank Davis, who's the head of their legal and constitutional committee. Now he comes to say that the tape that the NDC played was doctored. He didn't play any tape.
Right.
He didn't bring the original.
Right.
So where did he get the impression that the tape is doctored?
I can only assume that the AG will say to him that, that's not how it went.
The Honorable Attorney General told him, where's the original? What did the AG say which has been misconstrued or doctored? Or what did the AG not say which has been added?
Right.
These are basic questions. It's not about you just throwing things out. Like, okay, you ask a question, say, he's NDC, he's this. No. I think Ghanaians have moved beyond that.
That's right.
Ghanaians now want to know, okay, you say it is not blue. So what color is it? Can we see it? So that we can all agree that it's not blue, but it's green. It's not green, but it's pink. It's not pink, but it's yellow.
Yeah.
It's a basic principle.
Absolutely. But I'm not surprised that they don't have the the original
so
copy.
If you don't have the tape, you don't come saying that the tape is doctored. I mean, how did you arrive at that? Because there was also a photo making rounds that as of yesterday, I think the Attorney General was on a plane,
Yes, I saw numerous accounts retweet that picture.
So really, how did you come by the conclusion that the tape is doctored, yet you are not showing us or playing the original for us so that we can on our own make up our minds and form our opinions and know the difference to say that, yes, this is what was said in this tape. But if you listen here, it's been tweaked, in this way or that way, and it doesn't represent what actually transpired and was recorded. I think it's a very simple thing to do. If you don't have, because I remember that the press release that the Honorable Attorney General's office authored, and he was in court, but subsequent to that, what was authored said that they also have videos and tapes. You remember?
Yeah.
So where are those videos and those tapes?
I was expecting to see some of that come to the fore during the MPP conference, because like you said, the AG did release a statement to indicate that he's got video evidence of Honorable Atokeso forcing first accused in this case, coming to him to plead with him to drop the case and let him go free. But that didn't come to the fore. Anyway,
let's take a few messages. When we return from these messages, I'm sure we can listen to the full tape as it is here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Is 18 minutes after 8 on your Urban Lifestyle Radio, the best breakfast in town. My name is John Hughes. See you shortly.
Water. It's a daily fuel. Stop for 1 second to relish the moment of quenching your dying thirst, and you'll know that water is actually what we're made of. So what kind of water are you made up of? And how can you get healthy water to keep you living healthy? Living healthy shouldn't be so difficult because of how accessible Verna is each day. Water is us. Verna.
The future is technology. Technology makes our daily tasks more efficient, saving us time and making our lives easier. But future doesn't just happen. You make it a reality with Triple C Technologies. With the advent of smart lock system, control your home at a maximum security wherever you are with Triple C Technologies. Unlock and lock your door with just a click on your smartphone. Triple C Technologies, your home is secured with the best of technologies. So why no more losing your keys?
For 15 years, Quick Credit has been your trusted partner in micro-lending, empowering lives and making dreams a reality. Today, we're excited to announce a new age. Quick Credit is now Bills Microcredit. Still committed to serving Ghanaians and changing lives, Bills is here to show you that everything is possible. Join us as we embrace a brighter future. Bills, financing your needs.
It's lights, camera, music. The stage is set, the stars are ready, and Ghana's biggest night is here. The 25th Telecel Ghana Music Awards night happening live on Saturday, 1st June at the Grand Arena from 7 p.m. Be part of the extravaganza of rhythm, sheer talent, and high fashion, plus all the drama of who wins what. 170 nominees, 30 awards, plus 18 superstars, all performing live. You can't miss this. Book your tickets now. Starting for 500 Ghana cedis on star 713 star 33 star 25 hash, or call our hotline on 0501 288520. The 25th Telecel Ghana Music Awards, powered by Chatterhouse, supported by Guinness, Captain Morgan, Close Up, British Council, TV3, 3FM, and sponsored by Telecel, connecting energies. Celebration. Our music is.
Calling all vendors, parents, guardians, expectant mothers and fathers. The 3FM Baby Fair is back. 3FM 92.7 presents the 3FM Baby Fair 2024. Your one-stop shop for all childcare products, clothes, toys, and child development products for 3 exciting days on Friday the 14th, Saturday the 15th, and Sunday the 16th of June 2024 at the Marina Mall Airport City, Accra. Are you a vendor or dealer in children products or services, children educational materials, or anything related to children of all ages? Then you need to be at the 92.7 3FM Baby Fair. To be a part of the fair and exhibit your products and services, please call 0531 100 927 and 0532 200 927 right now. Parents, make it a family affair at the 3FM Baby Fair with fun photo booths for family shoots, kids arena for the kids to have fun, and so much excitement. 3FM Baby Fair on the 14th June, 15th June, and 16th June 2024 at Marina Mall Airport City, Accra. 3FM Baby Fairs powered by 3FM, supported by TV3 and Marina Mall. 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
3FM Sunrise. 3FM Morning Show. 3FM 92.7. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio. 3FM Sunrise. 3FM Morning Show. 3FM 92.7.
The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM. Sunrise on 3FM. Shine with us.
Sunrise.
Oh man. So who's there? Say your county, David now, you know, no banner going back. Well, after that court sitting, and they had to return to court again after the adjournment, yesterday or the day before. But after that court sitting, the Ministry of Justice, or the Office of the Attorney General, Ministry of Justice, on the 23rd of May, wrote this press release. It says the attention of the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice has been drawn to media commentary by persons associated with the National Democratic Congress on an allegation made by the third accused person, Richard Jakpa, during proceedings in court on 23rd of May 2024, that the Attorney General desired his cooperation in the matter in order to secure a conviction of the first accused, Kesela Tuforcing. For the record, the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice categorically denies the allegations and insinuations of the NDC and responds as follows. 1. The Republic has throughout the trial relied solely on the record of the impugned transaction, that is the purchase of ordinary vans purporting to be ambulances, to sustain its case against the accused persons. This record existed before January 2022, when the case was commenced and was duly filed in court by the prosecution before the commencement of the trial. 2. The Republic has never required or desired the cooperation of any of the accused persons in the matter, in which it has already succeeded in establishing a prima facie case against all the accused persons. Neither the Attorney General nor any officer from the Office of the Attorney General has approached any of the accused persons with a view of obtaining the evidence from them. 3. It is rather the third accused who, by various letters dated the 27th April 2023, 16th of May 2023, 30th of May 2023, and 12th of June 2023, has proposed to the Republic through the Attorney General to engage in plea bargaining or plea negotiations. This plea bargaining proposal has to date not been accepted by the Attorney General. 4. Even though the law on plea bargaining passed by Parliament permits a prosecutor to negotiate with an accused person after a plea proposal has been made, the Attorney General has not engaged the third accused person to give false testimony in the matter. 5. The Attorney General has also come under enormous pressure from all manner of persons from him to discontinue the prosecution of the first accused person, Kesela Tuforcing, but has not yielded. 6. The Attorney General has video evidence of the first accused person, Kesela Tuforcing, coming to meet him and to plead with him to discontinue the prosecution. This, the Attorney General has refused to do so. The Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice considers the later allegation leveled against the Attorney General as part of a grand scheme by the NDC to put more pressure on him to discontinue the prosecution or to divert attention from the real issues regarding the actions of the accused persons, which have caused enormous financial loss to the state. 8. The public is entreated to disregard the allegations. The Attorney General remains focused on a zealous prosecution of the case. And that's signed by Alfred Chia Ibua, his Deputy Attorney General Minister for Justice. This was authored on the 23rd of May 2024. If paragraph 6 is of interest to me, that the Attorney General has video evidence of the first accused person, Kesela Tuforcing, coming to meet him and to plead with him to discontinue the prosecution. This the Attorney General has refused to do, Helen. So there's evidence according to the Attorney General. That's what they have, right? But that evidence was not played yesterday at the press conference. And was it Onapo? Yes, Onapo, one of our callers and listeners, who said that this introduced NDC and MPP into the conversation, where instead of responding to the claims made by Mr. Jakpa, the Attorney General refused to, talk about what Mr. Jakpa had said, and moved away from it to suggest that it is an NDC, affair. The NDC is the one behind it. Now, I think Onapo was right, because if you listen to what's going on now, it's become an NDC MPP conversation, because it is the NDC holding a press conference, and then the MPP holding a press conference, and then the Office of the Attorney General, that has a spokesperson who is supposed to be responding to the issues as they are, is missing in action. It's become an NDC and MPP matter.
It's become highly politically charged, and as you say, once the allegations had been made in court by Mr. Richard Jakpa, what ensued now has almost seemed to change the course of things. Like you said, with the NDC holding a press conference and the MPP also holding a press conference. I say it's getting murky. It's getting very murky, especially now with calls for the AG to resign or for the president to sack the AG. That's now another bone of contention and a talking point online and offline.
Well, the director of the committee, the MPP's Committee on Legal and Constitutional Affairs, lawyer Frank Davis, who addressed the press conference yesterday, says the AG is going nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going nowhere. And I was asking, well, is he the man who appoints, is it appointor for him to suggest? But yes, you don't know what he has. Let's listen to Johnson Asidu Nketia. He's the NDC's national chairman. Yesterday, he addressed the press conference, and which press conference also featured the secret recording of a tape that had the voices of Mr. Richard Jakpa, the third accused person in this matter, and also the Honorable Attorney General, who at some point asked if it was being recorded. And some have said that, well, if you know that what you are saying is actually correct and accurate, why would you be worried if somebody is recording?
And he did sound worried about it.
And then there was also a question about excuse duty, etc., etc. Just listen.
Allow him to do so. The dishonorable Attorney General then dangled the assurance that Richard Jakpa's acceptance to testify the Attorney General's way.
FM 92.7, Urban Lifestyle Radio Station. Sunrise on 3FM. Shine with us.
We'll get that tape back so here's a quote card, Helen. What does it say?
Okay, if we can run it back. This recording confirms our long-held position of Godfrey Dame. Beg your pardon.
Sorry about that.
This recording confirms our long-held position of Godfrey Dame of judicial manipulation. Godfrey Dame's cup is finally full. His day of reckoning has finally arrived.
This was said yesterday by Johnson Asidu Nketia. He's the NDC's national chairman. Until recently, he was the national general secretary. But he's been leading the charge on behalf of the NDC, and he's been asking that question. First, if there's another code card, I'm sure there is. There are two more. Let's quickly get it so that. So this is what he says. It says Godfrey Dame doesn't understand anything about international payments at all. He wants the witness to make ignorant statements that will expose the ignorance of Godfrey Dame as well. That's what Johnson Asidu Nketia says. He says that he doesn't understand what. And yesterday he tried to explain what letters of credit mean. That, well, just an assurance of a sort. To say that you are supplying the thing from elsewhere, Helen.
Without getting into the merits too much this
but
case.
he explained what, we're just explaining what letters of credit mean.
Sure.
We're not getting into any merits. So people understand.
Sure.
That, well, I have only gone to the bank to get letters of credit, written that to suggest to you that, okay, I have the capacity to be able to pay what I am asking you to pay for what I'm asking you to supply. And it is only upon the receipt of what I have ordered, that I go ahead to make payments. And then he asked the question that, look, if you claim that what was ordered is not what was delivered, why did you make payments? But that's it. What does the next quote card say?
It says, if you say someone has caused a loss just because of LC and your government has taken over, why would you authorize payment?
Well, that's what I was talking about. That the letters of credit well, there's another one.
This one says, this is a scandal of unimaginable proportions that seriously exposes the criminal mindedness of the Attorney General.
Those are strong words. Criminal-minded attorney
Very,
general.
very scathing indeed. Yesterday, I made some notes just based on what was being said at the conference. They said inherently wrong. This behavior is reprehensible. Bring stigma, disrepute to the AG's office. The AG was accused by the NDC, or is being accused of recklessly abusing both offices, and by both offices they mean the office of the Attorney General and the office of the Ministry of Justice.
Right.
Another code card here says, we demand the immediate and unconditional resignation or dismissal of Godfrey Dame for bringing high office of the high office of the Attorney General to disrepute. He is unfit to be the leader of the Ghana Bar.
Oh, wow. What does it say?
Now, this one is from Justice Ifya Sewa Asari Botre.
That's the judge on the case.
That's right. This profession depends heavily on reputation. Nobody should go about casting a slur on the judiciary. We are not interested in your politics. We are not politicians, and we do not want to be. Please stay in your arena. Let us stay in our arena.
Well, and I think that the judiciary, the judge wanted to draw the fine line, the same fine line that we're trying to draw this morning.
Yes.
I think, and as a matter of principle, believe that if you take a matter to the court and you have run to the court because you think that the court is competent and qualified enough to give you the kind of justice or reliefs that you're seeking, you do not have to come to the public domain now and start discussing the matter that you have taken. It then creates a chaotic situation. Okay, the court is on one side trying to hear both sides and to take a decision based on the rules and the laws, etc., etc. And then you are also out there, having conversations, and which conversations could get into corners where people may not understand the law, people may not understand the merits of the matter.
Yeah.
People may just be using emotive, thinking to just, say things. And I've had instances where judges have asked the people in court that if you knew that the people out there could deal with your issue, why did you bring it before me? It's a very simple matter. But that's where we are now. The matter has gained a lot of public attraction. People are talking about it, whether you like it or not. Franklin Kujo of Imani, for example, says that the matter has gained so much political wings that he thinks that the matter should be let go. He said that.
He thinks, so for example, a mistrial be declared?
Well, that's what he says. I mean, he actually put it on Facebook.
I see.
Let me find it so I can read it, so that it doesn't create the impression that I'm the one creating it. That I'm the one creating it for what do you call it? For Franklin Kujo. I'm not the one creating it. I'm only sharing what he had shared on his own Facebook page. He suggested that the matter had gained a lot of political notoriety. So, if not, and that was in response to what the Attorney General. The Attorney General is said to have the statement is said to have made, and he was also quite doubtful about whether or not the questions that the NDC had asked and the fact that they said they had the tapes, those tapes would be played. Well, we will find that for you. Let's connect on the phone line now with lawyer Liberate Chris Malmhesse. He is a private legal practitioner, and we want to understand what's going on, because the NDC has taken a stance, the MPP has taken a stance, but what's the position of the law on these matters? Counsel, good morning. Thank you very much for your time. Counsel, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning.
Great. Lawyer Hesse, I hope you are in high spirits.
Come again. Your line is quite strange.
Well, We'll have to fetch you on the other line. Please fetch him on the other line for me. Thank you very much. That lawyer Chris Malmhesi, we wanted to have a conversation with him regarding the ongoing issues. And I can bet that in the various communities this morning, people are talking.
Oh, yes.
People
I mean, as
people are
soon as...
making...
As soon as the press conferences started on social media, X Spaces were also ongoing. So the Court of Public Opinion had also convened in their own quarters, seeking to dissect what it is that was coming out of the two different press conferences. So I was testing the pulse mainly on social media to see especially how younger Ghanaians were taking the information. And the opinion based off the audio was that no, something untoward
had
is
happened.
going on. And in fact, just even the fact that that conversation was taking place, I think seemed to raise eyebrows amongst the citizenry.
Well, lawyer Ibrahim Amaleba is joining us, the former director of legal affairs at the NDC. He's also a member of the NDC's national communications team. He is a director of conflict resolution. Joins us on the phone line now. Counsel, good morning. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning to you and to your listeners alike.
Can I say Dasiba?
Nah.
Katuma Beula.
Nah.
Counsel, it's been a long time.
That is so.
Yesterday, your party held a press conference. You played an audio recording, 16 minutes, 5 seconds. That sought to implicate the Attorney General and also to question his integrity, etc. What exactly is the NDC's motive in trying to play these tapes to the public?
To expose the Attorney General's misconduct in this matter and to let the people of Ghana know that the Attorney General is, rather than prosecuting, is persecuting the Atuforsen, who is the first witness and first accused person in this matter.
I see. Now, yesterday, what you played, the NPP's Frank Davis, your friend, your learned colleague, and also the chairman of the NPP's Legal and Constitutional Committee, said that that tape is doctored. What do you say to that?
They should produce the original, simple and short.
Was the tape indeed doctored?
This tape is what is in our custody, and you remember the third accused person intimated to the court that he had evidence to show that the Attorney General was engaged in witness tampering. And so, to us, this is the tip that Japa was making reference to.
I see. Now, yesterday at the press conference, we're told that there's more. What more could be there?
Well, if you thought this was the end of it, what we sought to say is that there wasn't enough time for us to play all the tapes. And so what we did was to give the public some part of it or some of the comments, and then the others are still there. And so when push comes to shove, we would release all the tapes.
Now, you are before the courts, and I'm talking about Kesila Atuforsen and the two others, including Mr. Jakpa. The judge on the matter, Justice Ifya Sewa Asari Botwe, had cautioned both parties, or all the parties in the matter, that they should be cautious in their commentary outside the court. Don't you think that this latest playing of the audio to the public will start a whole different conversation in the court of public opinion, which would then make the work of the court difficult?
I'm not sure the NDC is before the courts. The NDC is not a party to this matter. The NDC is a major stakeholder in this country. The NDC is out for good governance. And if the NDC sees that a public officer who is supposed to uphold the rule of law is engaged in wrongdoing, just as how we would expose the Minister of Economic, Minister of Finance, we will expose the Minister of Sanitation, so will the NDC do when it is the Attorney General. So the NDC is not before the court, and those orders were not directed at the NDC.
The NDC yesterday, led by our chairman Johnson Asedun Ketia, called for the head of Godfred Dami that he should either resign or the president, his appointer, should sack him. The head of the Legal and Constitutional Committee of the NPP, Frank Davis, says, well, he is going nowhere and that you should stop your mischief. What do you say?
It tells you how we are living in a banana republic where laws don't matter any longer. Indeed, in the Trump case, a lawyer by name Christian Bob was disbarred because he made comments that were not true in court. Now you have an attorney general who is coaching a witness to lie in court. You have an attorney general who is telling a witness to fake sickness so as to obtain doctor's excuse. And you have an attorney general who is skewing evidence in favor of the state. And you have a whole political party full of lawyers coming out to defend this. It tells you how, under Akufo-Addo, Ghana has become a banana republic.
If Godfred Dami is sacked today, and I'm sure the NDC will say hallelujah, or if he resigns, I'm sure the NDC will say hallelujah, would that have solved the issues that you have in terms of justice delivery in the country that, you have had questions to ask every now and then? Would that have solved the matters?
It will bring back confidence in the justice criminal system. It will bring back trust in the justice delivery system. At the moment, with Godfred Dami, as it were, conducting this matter, the accused persons will not have trust in the justice delivery system because he has been caught red-handed, tampering with a witness. All that we are saying is that let the trial continue, but take out the rotten fruit, in this case, Godfred Dami, and anybody can prosecute. We are not by this saying that the prosecution should stop, but we think that Godfred Dami has brought the office into disrepute. His image has been tainted, and what we heard from the tip yesterday were explosive and damning. In any serious democracy, Godfred Dami this morning wouldn't have been sitting on his chair.
Are you trying to divert attention from the key issues of what they say empty vans brought in as ambulances, as was altered by the Deputy Attorney General Chiayeboa, that you brought in empty vans, you gave it to the people as ambulances, and now you are before the court to pay for your sins, and then that's Kesela forcing, and then now the NDC is trying to use this whole machinery to divert attention. Is that what you're doing?
If those vehicles were empty vans, that is not for me to say. Yesterday, we showed pictures of those vans. In there, you saw equipment. There were also equipment that were ordered alongside of these vehicles. They have been left lying rotten at the harbor. So this matter of whether the vehicles were fit for purpose or not will be determined by the courts. But that does not exclude us as a political party, as a party that is desirous of ensuring that there is good governance under the democratic dispensation. That does not stop us from pointing out wrongdoings. What we sought to do was to tell the whole world it has never happened, not even under Akufo-Addo, who was then Attorney General, not under Obeda Samoa. We have got Martin Amidu, a lot of Attorney Generals, where an Attorney General was seen coaching a witness to say things that he wants. Indeed, I asked the question, what was Godfred Dami prosecuting? Because he seemed not to know about anything about the case. You saw that, you heard in the tape, Jakpa rather educating Godfred Dami on the transaction. It appears our Attorney General doesn't know much about international commercial transactions. And that also exposed his weakness.
Councillor, thank you very much indeed for your time. But before you go, so what next? Where do we go? Cover this.
We have called for the resignation of the Attorney General. We have called for a sacking. We are going to put forward a petition to the General Legal Council for the Attorney General to be investigated. If all these things fail, we cross our hands, our fingers, and wait for the next NDC government, where Godfrey Dame would face the full rigors of the law.
Thank you, Abraham Amaleba. We're grateful. He is the head of conflict resolution of the NDC, former director of legal of the NDC. Chris Maum-Hesse is joining us on the phone line. Chris is a private legal practitioner, and he will let us understand the legal perspectives. Thank you very much for your time, Lawyer Maum-Hesse.
Thank you so much for having me, and good morning to your listeners.
Great. Now, let's understand all of what is happening. The NDC has taken a stance, and the MPP has taken a stance. The judge has cautioned, but they're still out there in the public domain making statements and claims and playing tapes for us, the public. Are they within the law? Are they going outside the caution that the judge gave? What must we know?
3FM 92.
Very well. So, the commentary being run is so judicial. The commentary being run is undesirable, because if you have a court of competent jurisdiction running a trial and you have rival entity that will mount podium and make submissions that seeks to prejudice the matter in court, even though they use the term of act without prejudice. You say without prejudice, but yet statements and utterances that you make defeat that term of act that you have used. In effect, you are running down the court and you are seeking the overall or collateral objective is to ensure that Ghanaians come to a certain conclusive mindset about the outcome of the case. Should the court decide to go a different way, you are poaching the minds of Ghanaians to conclude their minds otherwise. And that is subversion of justice. That is total contempt of court. And I side with the learned jurist or the learned judge in Fiasewa, as she had given the warning. And hitherto you will find professionals who will jump on the bandwagon and conduct themselves in acts which very well contravenes the ethics that we apply as lawyers. It is very, 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 very shameful to have such commentaries run, court of public opinion, not just engaged by lay people, but lawyers also peddling in such endeavors. It is very, very shameful. As if we are not in a rules-based order.
Right.
And this must cease. If the learned Attorney General, as they claim, has done ABCD, the court is there. Applications can be made. If the other side, the defense counsel, believes that their witness has been in court for whatever it is, they know what to do. It is not to run to the public, and to cause public sympathy, and to make all these kinds of utterances. It is not good for the judicial confidence that we are seeking. And the balance of justice will not be reached, because these actions by the rivaling parties is only purpose to overreach the decision of the court. And the only thing that one can say is that it is contemptuous.
I see. Now, the tape was played out there yesterday, and in that tape we heard the Honorable Attorney General's voice, or a voice that sounded like his, and what also sounds like that of Mr. Richard Jakpa. In fact, the NDC's chairman says those are the two individuals in the tape. As a lawyer, is it right for the Honorable Attorney General to meet an accused person at odd hours, make such phone calls, and make the demands that were made in the tape of the accused person, including an excuse duty and, if you like, coaching him on how to go about his testimony, etc.? Is it normal?
Again, I will shudder to say that I will not venture into the rightness or otherwise of it, because this is a matter that must be decided by the court. All of these things are legal questions that the court ought to answer based upon applications or where the court is desirous suo motu. So suo motu means that where the court takes a decision on its own, you understand, or where the court ventures into matters by its own, based upon the jurisdiction that it has. So whether the Attorney General conducted himself right or not is one of the courts to decide. And whether that particular tape that they have is admissible in court, whether it is invasion of privacy contrary to Article 18, it is a matter of the courts to decide. It is not for the public to run opinion on it, or it is not for lawyers to engage in public commentary or media commentary. I mean, what is becoming of us? What is becoming of us?
Now,
are we entrenching the position of the judiciary?
The judge, her ladyship, Efia Sewa Asaribotwe, was very explicit in her caution to the parties in the matter. Yesterday, I saw Godwin Edujita Maklo, who is one of the counsel, I think, of Mr. Jakpa to forcing, I think, I'm not too sure who he represents, but I've seen him in court. He was there at the press conference yesterday. He represents Atu Forcing, I'm told. Now, he was there at the press conference. This is a press conference where you are suggesting that they did the direct opposite of what the judge had cautioned them not to do. There's also, the MPP side. Can the court hold them for doing the direct opposite of what they had been cautioned not to do?
Yes, I mean, just as I said, the court motto when it comes to contempt is a common law offense, and has also found its way into our books. The court can decide on the court can take judicial notice of, just like during the election petition, where the Supreme Court, through the learned Justice Atuguba, took judicial notice of some commentaries that have been run by certain elements in society, and had to bring that particular gentleman and others who followed before it, all these to be warned, and other interventions had to be made by the then former Attorney General, who indicated or made the pronouncement of the Ga word called issue, and it became a matter of a laughing issue, and his sins were forgiven. So it is everything contemptuous that when a live matter trial is ongoing, when the court is sub judice, you don't run legal commentary as though you are the court, as though to prejudice the minds of the citizenry where it involves, where there's vested public interest in the matter, or even if it's private persons, where parties will usurp powers and authorities to themselves as though they are court of competent jurisdiction, so that they can run contrary opinion or contrary commentary to what the decision of the court may be. It is wrong in itself. It doesn't speak well of our rule of law, because Ghana is a rule-based country that lawyers must abide by, and so would follow the laymen. Because if lawyers are acting in this manner, the laymen would also do the same, and they will think that this is the norm. This is what we can do. When time and again it has become public knowledge that when a case is in court, live commentary cannot be run, to the extent that you are putting out evidences that are capable of being used in court to make public justification. No, it is not right. It cannot be done. And for authorities to make claims that when our government comes, we persecute them.
So, counsel, while allowing the courts to function, the Honorable Attorney General is the leader of the bar in the country. That's a very respectable position. He was in court, I understand, when Mr. Jakpa made the claims in open court and on the record and under oath that he had been contacted by the Attorney General at odd hours and that he had evidence to show. My understanding is that the Attorney General was in court, but he did not object to those claims made by Mr. Jakpa in open court. Subsequently, that same day, later after the court hearing, the Deputy Attorney General, on the official letterhead of the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, wrote and responded to one of the claims, even indicating that they also have tapes that implicates Atuforcing, and went straight ahead to draw in the NDC. Would you say that could be the basis for which the NDC also decided to respond, because the Honorable Attorney General, the leader of the bar, had come public, written 2 pages of a press release to answer some of the questions that he could have answered in court or objections that he could have raised in court, but chose to raise them on paper after the court hearing and drew in the NDC? Would you say that could be the reason the NDC is also going about doing what they are doing, and then the MPP subsequently joining in the fray?
3FM 90.
So you would realize that in my submission this morning, I have not sought to single anybody out. I have sought to say that the way to go must be contained in court. Whether public notices or presses or justifications or otherwise, it is not known to law. Matters emanating at trial, where objections or otherwise must be dealt with, ought to be done within the confines of the courtroom. And where there is a reportage, the legal reportage would go, and the legal reportage would be about what happened in court, simpliciter. And that one, the court will never hold anybody to have committed contempt, or where somebody runs barring commentary would be held as that. It is everything that we cannot say because Mr. A did this, Mr. B started this, and so that is why we also did this and all that. There should be ceasefire for the court to do its work.
Lawyer Chris Malm-Hesse, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning. Just before you go, a point of interest, this medical negligence campaign that you're on, how is it going though?
It's going on so well. The Malm-Hesse medical negligence has reached over 100 health workers in various statistics of medical officers, nurses, the specialized areas of our health industry. And aside dealing with the health institutions, we also have seminar programs for the general public, for them to understand and accept their rights in law of thought, so that there will be balance of interest, and also to harmonize the health, the service delivery as far as it is concerned. So that is what we are too much involved in, and so far so good. This year we focused on wrongful infant death, and that is what we are pursuing.
Thank you, Chris Lebrich Malm-Hesse, private legal practitioner, joining us with some legal perspectives here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. It's 4 minutes after 9 on your dial. Listen to Johnson Asedu Nketia, the NDC's national chairman. Yesterday he spoke. Listen.
The Attorney General, who was personally present, Philly, in the court, could not object to this damning evidence of Mr. Jaffa. He did not deny calling and meeting Jaffa at odd hours. Neither did he deny Jakpa's claim that he had been impressing on him to skew his testimony in a matter that will allow the state to secure a conviction against the minority leader. You have been accused of something and you are sitting there. You decide that the way to respond is through a press statement where you could have defended yourself there. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, in the period following these startling revelations, the NDC has obtained compelling evidence which support Mr. Jakpa's claim that the Attorney General indeed has engaged him on countless occasions and urged him to falsify, underline his testimony to aid the case of Attorney General against Dr. Kesel Atufosun. This evidence points to a devious, diabolic, and dangerous plan by the Attorney General to secure conviction against Minority Leader Dr. Atufosun at all costs, contrary to what the third accused knows and believes to be the truth. We have in our possession a series of recordings in which the Attorney General, Godfrey Dame, is clearly heard goading, urging, impressing upon, and actually coaching Mr. Jakpa to bear false testimony against the minority leader, Dr. Atufosun.
That's Johnson Asedu Nketia, is the NDC's national chairman. Helen, it is bending. So what's for
Oh boy, like I said, what a
bending back into the
24
court.
hours it has been. So I definitely, but I agree with what lawyer Mam Hesse had to say this morning about all of us being measured. And in particular, he made something that I noted down. He says that some of the commentary, it's almost as though some of the players in the case, or they're not even players really in the case, but those that have a keen interest or a vested interest in the outcome of the case are coaching the minds of the general public with the commentary, such that if the case should go in a particular way, then there might be some perception that the judiciary hasn't done what it needs to do, and that's something that is quite serious and we must all pay attention to. But like I also said this morning, it is a complex issue, the issue of critiquing the work of the judiciary because of how important a role that they play. But I also hope that this is a signal that we all have to sit up and make sure that, like I said again this morning, justice is seen to be done, and it is not just merely done. It's important that it also has to appear, has to be seen. The people must see that justice is working in their favor and that the processes are free and fair, so that the ordinary man knows that once I walk into the court, this is a place where I come and I will get justice, so that even, right, if you are unsuccessful in a court of law, you can say that, okay, I lost
tried, justly. I tried and everything was
due
fair.
Process was followed. Everything was fair, and that it was a just decision that was given. It's important. This
important
transparency,
that people win back that trust
and public confidence in the legal system. So again, it is not enough for justice to be served. It must also be apparent and visible that it is being served.
Okay. Let's listen to Johnson Asedu Nketia yesterday. There's a bit of a tape that you should listen to. Listen, a bit of it.
Killing somebody who is before court for what you claim to be one crime, to go and commit another one, to come and deceive the court. By asking a witness to fabricate evidence to deceive a court, Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General, sought to undermine the judicial and justice administration process
Sunrise
in this
on
country.
3FM. Shine with us.
This conduct of Godfrey Dame constitutes the offense of perjury which is a crime punishable under the laws of Ghana. This section 213 and 214 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960, Act 29. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I would at this stage invite you.
3FM.
You have been salivating for some time now. But I want to invite you to the content of this recording, after which I'll make some important observations. Let me allow you.
Yes, but then the financial instrument for the project is an irrevocable letter of credit. So that credit letter has already been sent.
The contract requires that you pay by extra credit, not.
Yes, in addition, we should establish it upon the front of the contract. So already you have paid.
Upon the front of the contract for every 50 Abuja.
Yes. That no, upon the start of the contract for every 50 Abuja, since there was no advance compensation, advance payments, that LC was a security that you have to establish ahead.
No problem. The contract with every 50 Abuja, it is a contract for every 50 Abuja.
No. Pardon?
It is a problem. Upon the front of the contract for every 50 Abuja.
Yes.
It is a contract with every 50 Abuja.
The contract is for 200 ambulances in tranches of 50-50-50.
Good. So the contract for 50 Abuja is different from this one.
No. It is 100 ambulances, which has been broken down to give a contract for every you establish LC for every 50 tranche. So you have 4 LCs for the 200 ambulances.
Sunrise on 3FM. Shine with us.
I don't know what you think, but I'm sure that after a few messages we can hear from you what exactly you think. Hey. Funny from, eh? Funny from. Allah.
Shine with us.
3FM Sunrise.
Charlie, right now the mood that they inside here. Feel like say I want buy Dubai. So mind you. From Allah, alleged conversation is supposed to last 26 minutes. The NDC schemed to play only 60 minutes, 16 out of 26. The question is, where is the rest of the tape? Even in respect of what was played, it is apparent that there are repetitions, overlaps, incoherence, voiceover, and distortions, demonstrating that the NDC has spent these past days distorting whatever tape they played. The AG will not resign. He will continue to remain witty, resolute, and focused in the delivery of his work, as he does always. Alleged conversation is supposed to last 26 minutes. The NDC schemed to play only 60 minutes, 16 out of 26. The question is, where is the rest of the tape? Even in respect of what was played, it is apparent that there are repetitions, overlaps, incoherence, voiceover, and distortions, demonstrating that the NDC has spent these past days distorting whatever tape they played. The AG
will not resign. He will continue to remain witty, resolute, and focused in the delivery of his work, as he does always. The wheels of justice, we say, grind slowly, but eventually it will grind to a halt. The alleged conversation is supposed to last 26 minutes. The NDC schemed to play only 60 minutes, 16 out of 26. The question is, where is the rest of the tape? Even in respect of what was played, it is apparent that there are repetitions, overlaps, incoherence, voiceover, and distortions, demonstrating that the NDC has spent these past days distorting whatever tape they played. The AG will not resign. He will continue to remain witty, resolute, and focused in the delivery of his work, as he does always. The wheels of justice, we say, grind slowly, but eventually it will grind to a halt.
This gross professional misconduct on the part of no less a person than the Attorney General, who was the leader of the bar, bears a high responsibility to adhere to the rules of ethics of the legal profession, is reprehensible and totally unpardonable. The next one has to do with the fabrication of evidence to pervert the course of justice.
Yes. What it means is that you are not the supplier was not going to be paid any cash, any money for him to use in procuring all the accessories and everything to manufacture. So the manufacturer will use his own money to buy the ambulance vans, all the accessories from across the globe. With the security from government being the LC. And the LC has been conditions precedent.
Hold on. Okay. Yes, advance means not being paying the advance of the delivery of the goods.
They said no advance payment.
Yes, advance payment means that you are paying before the goods are delivered to you.
No, they said no advance payment. Not that there's advance payment. No advance. Because you will not pay.
Yes, until the goods are delivered to you.
Yes.
Until the goods are delivered, you don't pay at all.
You don't pay.
Also. So, and then also, the goods are say that payments have been a payment. It's on site of goods. What is the payment on site of goods?
What else on site of goods means is that when you ship the documents, when you ship the goods, when you ship the goods from your port of origin, the bill of lading of the goods is what you use as
every outside of goods means,
yes.
Means when the goods have been shipped.
They have been shipped.
Not the goods have been delivered in Ghana.
No, when the goods have been shipped. Because you have gone to do principles. So what I'm trying to explain is that so you use the bill of lading. You use the bill of lading.
Okay, pause. You see, pause. You see the problem of Godfrey Dami. He doesn't understand anything about these international payments at all.
Okay, that's Johnson Asidun Kita. Excerpts of it. I mean, Helen, there are transcripts of what for those who may not be able to hear it well. What is Jakpa saying? I mean, this is the first slide of what they're supposed to have said.
All right, it's on our Facebook at the moment as well. The problem, and I'm quoting Richard Jakpa, the problem I have in accepting that for you is that in their letters that confirm that both from government and from the principal, that is for every 50 ambulances. And then the Attorney General says, you are not the Minister of Health, you are not the Minister of Finance. And then he also goes on to say, no, for that part I disagree with you, because if you look at the terms of the contract, it is quite clear and it should not be difficult for you to attest because it does not put you into any problem.
Okay. Then
Jakpa goes on to make some more assertions. He says the contract is for 200 ambulances in tranches of 50. AG says, hold on. So that contract is 50 ambulances. Is it different from this one? Jakpa responds. He says, I know okay, I don't know whether this is in sequence. I don't believe so, but I think we can park it here because it's not following the natural order in which the convo was going, I believe. But some excerpts there of how the conversation went.
This is of interest. No, the contract is one contract for 200 ambulances, which has been broken down. For every 50 tranche, you establish a letter of credit. For every 50 tranche, you have 4 LC for the 200 ambulance. So 250 for one, right? One tranche. So that's for 200, you have 4 letters of credit. And that's what they put out there. Well, let's take a few messages. We'll return. I'm sure we can connect with you on the phone lines and then see what we can do from there. Stay with us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We'll return shortly after these messages.
Dedo, Dedo, what the spices? Dedo, who be there feeling? Dedo, you will do memoir, depend to my cordofio. Dedo, it ain't the dynamic ground, but Dedo spices here what Jenny says. Name good taste. If you say you're the natural spices, and you're gonna have you want all-purpose stew, noodles, curry, and nutmeg, and a jollof. Dedo spices. Taste yummy, taste lemon, Dedo spices, taste gains.
Dedo spices, a better from Sano.
Hello, Ghana. Are you tired of the same old political rhetoric? Do you believe it is time for a change that truly represents the voices of our youth, women, and children? I present to you Nana Kwame Bediako. He is a visionary leader with a passion for making our country better through innovative industrial revolution. Together, we can change the political narrative and create a government that truly represents the interest of all citizens. Join this journey to build a better and inclusive future for all by contributing to our Save Ghana Fund campaign. Your support, no matter the amount, is not just a donation. It is an investment in the shared desire for a more prosperous, equitable, and better nation. To donate, visit www.nkb.com.gh or dial *887 *2024 #. Thank you for your support.
Calling all vendors, parents, guardians, expectant mothers and fathers. The 3FM Baby Fair is back. 3FM 92.7 presents the 3FM Baby Fair 2024. Your one-stop shop for all childcare products, clothes, toys, and child development products for 3 exciting days on Friday the 14th, Saturday the 15th, and Sunday the 16th of June 2024 at the Marina Mall Airport City, Accra. Are you a vendor or dealer in children products or services, children educational materials, or anything related to children of all ages? Then you need to be at the 92.7 3FM Baby Fair. To be a part of the fair and exhibit your product and services, please call 0531 100 927 and 0532 200 927 right now. Parents, make it a family affair at the 3FM Baby Fair with fun photo booths for family shoots, kids arena for the kids to have fun, and so much excitement. 3FM Baby Fair on the 14th June, 15th June, and 16th June 2024 at Marina Mall Airport City, Accra. 3FM Baby Fair is powered by 3FM, supported by TV3 and Marina Mall. 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
It's lights, camera, music. The stage is set, the stars are ready, and Ghana's biggest night is here. The 25th Telisol Ghana Music Awards Night happening live on Saturday, 1st June at the Grand Arena from 7 p.m. Be part of the extravaganza of rhythm, sheer talent, and high fashion, plus all the drama of who wins what. 170 nominees, 30 awards, plus 18 superstars, all performing live. You can't miss this. Book your tickets now. Starting for 500 Ghana cedis on *713*33*25# or call our hotline on 0501 288520. The 25th Telisol Ghana Music Awards, powered by Chatterhouse, supported by Guinness, Captain Morgan, Closer, British Council, TV3, 3FM, and sponsored by Telecel, connecting energies.
Celebration. Our music is.
The best in the morning is on 92.7.
Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Go back to the MPP, shall we?
The state charged him before the High Court together with Sylvester Animana, a former chief director of the Ministry of Health, and Richard Jakpa, a businessman, for causing financial loss, abetment to causing financial loss, and misapplying public property. The proceedings before the High Court. Ladies and gentlemen, proceedings in this matter have run its full course since commencement in December 2021. The prosecution, led by the able Attorney General, called 5 witnesses in proof of its case. Lawyers for first accused, in an attempt to truncate the proceedings, filed a submission of no case and urged the court to rule that Kesel Atuforsen had no case to answer, as no prima facie case had been made against him. This plea was outrightly rejected by the court, presided over by Justice Ifia Sewa Asaribotre, a justice of the Court of Appeal, sitting as an additional High Court judge. The court ruled, among others, that the Attorney General had led sufficient evidence to establish a case against Atuforsen and therefore ordered him to open his defense. Atuforsen subsequently opened his defense and also closed his case. The third accused, Richard Jakpa, also opened his case and was last Thursday being cross-examined when he made a scandalous, malicious, baseless, and spurious allegation that the Attorney General had approached him on several occasions to skew his testimony to implicate Atuforsen. Ladies and gentlemen, why would any credible person do such a thing? Indeed, if the Attorney General had any intention of having him skew the evidence in favor of Atuforsen, it would not just be just for the Attorney General to continue the prosecution of Atuforsen. But that is what the NDC wants us to believe. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that the NDC ever since the commencement of Atuforsen's prosecution has threatened rain and storm against government, the Attorney General, and any person they can find to cajole the Attorney General from discontinuing the prosecution. Pressure has come from every angle, including former President Mahama, the leadership of the minority in Parliament, the clergy, business friends of Atuforsen, etc., etc. Indeed, former President Mahama specifically maintained the discontinuance of the ambulance trial as a condition to get members of the minority in Parliament to agree to the recent recall in Parliament, and has on several other occasions stated it as a condition precedent for the cooperation of the minority in Parliament. This pressure stems from some warped and baseless logic of the NDC that the Atuforsen's prosecution is politically motivated and its leader in Parliament should be immune from prosecution, even when the facts indicate conduct resulting in financial loss to the state.
Get into the quarters of the Electoral Commission, the election management body of the Republic of Ghana, because you do know that the registration exercise is ongoing to get new voters onto the register, and for those who couldn't register but were eligible as of the last election and in this election as well, to get their names onto the register. Well, the process was supposed to have ended on the 27th according to the Electoral Commission, but they had to extend. This extension had earlier been shut down flat when some calls had been made that, well, because of the earlier hitches that we had, the Electoral Commission should extend. But they said, well, no, we always have official. No, we won't. Then eventually they came in. You remember the SML GRA reports? No, we don't. No. And then eventually it was.
We saw it.
Yeah. So we'll start off. Joseph Armstrong Goldalong is on the ground. There's a bit of a situation. We'll talk to him. But first, a report on the ongoing registration from the quarters of the Electoral Commission. Listen.
Political party agents are intensifying efforts to encourage eligible applicants to register. The Electoral Commission's deadline, initially set for Monday, May 27, has been extended by 2 days to compensate for network and power challenges.